Yo, 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 and welcome back to Creeps and Crimes
Podcast.
I'm Taylor.
I'm Morgan. Happy Thursday. Happy birthday episode, Taylor. And happy EP 248.
Thank you, everybody.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling like I'm going to be 27 tomorrow. Because when you guys listen to this.
Not like that.
Not like that.
But like this.
Like this. Like we're having fun and we're 27 and we're alive and we're breathing well. So my birthday is the day after that you listen to this on Friday. And we had like so much fun stuff planned, which you guys, mainly Patreon, will get to see because we're gonna be with Susan doing some, Susan tings. There'll probably be some public for you guys
for
too,
sure. And speaking of Susan, we have your cancer discount.
So I know cancer season technically goes from like June 20th to July 21st, but because we're 7 days late or 6 days late, however many, whatever, we are gonna make the code for you to get your special discount with Susan on your reading run from June 27th. So tomorrow, from the time that you're listening to this, till July 27th. Again, this is in 2025 and only for June 27th to July 27th, 2025.
And you just have to book during that time period.
Yes, you have to book during that time period. And also, just to let you guys know, Susan is going to be taking all of July off because her husband is going to be having some like surgeries and stuff. You could still book during that time because Ellen's going to handle that. But your readings will be booked for August and after August. But either way, you still get the special bestie discount code using the special code Cancer Season to get your, again, special discount for
Grabbies.
my birthday off of anything that you want to do with Susan. So make sure you start calling, texting. Well, it's not really ever calling. It's just texting Susan and getting your appointments booked. And we're going to have like a lot of fun pictures and stuff. So just make sure you're hanging out on our Instagram.
Fun.
We're really so excited. So excited.
So excited.
We're so excited.
I have something funny to tell you.
Okay, tell me.
So my mom calls me. Wait, let me backstory this. So my mom has no music downloaded on her phone. She pays for Apple Music and has no idea how to use it.
Gotcha.
Will never figure it out. Has not a clue. So because of that, you know how when you connect to your phone, your car, the last thing that plays.
Yeah.
Which is Creeps and Crimes podcast. The only podcast that she's
ever subscribed to.
And she says, I tried to get everybody to fix it. And it's just, even sometimes she says when I get on TikTok, it'll be Creeps and Crimes playing, like not on our video, but like just playing on her phone.
Audio? That's crazy.
And so they've been trying to fix it. Anyway, she hasn't been able to fix it, but she's pressed a lot of buttons. She calls me yesterday or 2 days ago and she's like, hey, everything with Taylor okay?
What?
And I'm like, what? Yeah, why? She was like, well, you know how the podcast just plays. And she was like, I was listening and even your dad was like, what's wrong with that girl? And I was like, what are you talking about? And she was like, it was just like she was talking like this. And I'm like, no, Mom, she's fine. I was like, she's actually a really fast talker. I said, was I talking slow? Yeah, you both were. You both sounded absolutely obliterated. I said, Mom, is there any chance you have us on 0.5?
0.5.
And she was like, I don't know what that is, honey.
Okay.
And I was like, well, it was probably a button that you pressed. And she's like, oh, yeah, definitely. I pressed a lot of buttons. She goes and she pulls it up, 0.25%.
0.2. She probably thought we were absolutely.
She was like, I didn't know, like, if
even
something.
Bucky's like, what the fuck?
She sounded like she was stroking out. And I'm like, oh my God.
I couldn't imagine listening as in 0.25.
And having no idea and being like, what's wrong with those girls?
What the fuck is going on? That's hilarious.
Yeah, my dad's like, what's wrong with that girl?
That is so funny.
She's like, I didn't know if maybe she like was like drinking a lot. I said, I can't wait to tell her this.
That is so funny. I hope she hears this on autoplay.
Speaking of drinks.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of drinks, me and Morgan. Okay. You guys heard on TBB that went out this week. So TBB 39 Ask Taylor Anything. It was like, what is my death row meal? And I mentioned this dirty Dr. Pepper as my drink. And I knew Morgan would love it. So I was like, hey, today, let's have some dirty Dr. Pepper. So tell them what it is.
It is Dr. Pepper, Malibu rum, throwback, lime juice, and like creamer.
Yeah, you can use like coconut cream or you can use regular creamer.
Honestly, I don't know if I'd like it with coconut cream.
So the coconut cream is actually really good. Like in the dirty Dr. Peppers you get from Sonic, that's coconut cream. And it's really, really delicious because that adds like a little bit more of a thicker cream to it. So it makes it thicker, but I don't think that would match well with It just tastes like a pina colada.
Yeah, I mean, it was her birthday, and she picks a drink for me.
I know, right?
She wasn't like, give me a bottle of Kettle One and some olives. I was like, I'm going to the liquor store. What do you want?
Morgan's put this shit down too. She filled it up when we were. I was like, what the fuck?
This is almost number 2. Baby.
Yeah, is this like this is high
so
up there? It's just so good because it's so like it almost feels like you're drinking an iced coffee, but you're not.
No, it tastes like it does taste like a Chick-fil-A iced coffee a little bit. Yeah, but it tastes like not a watered, but like a melted down root beer float, like what you would drink after, like that with root beer would absolutely probably fucking slap.
Oh my god,
it is so good. I recommend it everybody for the summertime, especially if you're not a big drinker, don't like a lot of alcohols. I mean, obviously Malibu is
you gotta like coconut. You gotta be a solid down bitch with some coconut. But
yeah, that's why I was worried.
I haven't had Malibu in so long.
I know,
but see, that's why the coconut cream would work really good in it too. Is because
I forgot Malibu was coconut rum.
I know, I forget about that too. But it's so fucking good. Maybe our next one when we do round 2, inevitably here in a moment, we should make it with the coconut cream because I do have coconut cream.
Okay,
but it's one in that squirty bottle.
Round 3,
and it kind of makes me nervy.
It's a little thick.
Yeah, it's just like.
She's a little thick.
Yeah, we'll have to like do a tester first to make sure it'd be worth doing that to ourselves. Honestly, I had the best weekend ever because we did not really do anything. I went through all my drawers and I cleaned them all out and like reorganized them. Yeah, I like found a bunch of good shit that I'm gonna go and donate. But before I ever do that, I know better than to take it before my girls get to look through it.
Yep.
Because they'll be like, wait, where's that dress that I borrowed from 2017? And I'm like, I still got it, but I did give it to Goodwill a week ago. So anyways, I went through all of that stuff, which felt really nice, but everything's just like, you know, when you're in the middle of organizing something and there's like 3 steps to it that takes a really long time. So my house is kind of a fucking wreck right now with just like the piles that things have been moved into until I can get it all.
Well, you
put
should
away.
have all day Thursday, right?
Yeah, right. We don't have any other recordings after this.
So you may even record or edit tomorrow and have all day Wednesday, which you should try.
So sorry. My mom called in the middle of this. We got like crazy text messages in the middle of it. It's just a fucking happy birthday to me. Anyways.
Happy birthday to you. What are you the CEO of?
I am the CEO of
Birthdays.
Yeah, you know.
You are planning.
Yeah. What are you the CEO of?
I'm the CEO of being an auntie.
Yes.
I saw Augie this weekend. Oh, he is so fucking cute.
Oh my God, him on your couch was so cute.
Even stand him.
He needs to be on your couch every weekend.
I know. He was literally walking around with the broom, hitting it off everything. He had to sweep. He had my watering can. That's all he wanted to do.
Okay.
Those were his toys.
We like a hardworking man.
He loved my bar cart, but the second he started hitting the wine glasses with the wine glasses, I said, buddy, those are 45 buckaroos a piece.
Don't fucking touch them.
You better quit that.
You better quit it.
And then I'm the CEO of reading. I read a book on yesterday.
Well, okay, I was going to ask you from your Instagram story, what book you reading?
Well, first off, everyone commented and was like, is that the Bible? They're like, we know you don't read, and it's Sunday.
What is happening?
Specifically, Sherry. She said that to me, and I got a couple other people that were like, oh my God, she's reading.
Yeah.
Like, the world has froze over.
Fucking, yeah.
And so I was reading Home Records. I've been reading this book for like a year and a half now.
Okay, yeah.
But no, I was like, I just need to get some sun. Like, I'm so white, but also like I need to get a base burn tan ASAP because I'm going to cook.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
4th of July. Yeah, just in general.
Done.
So I moved the chairs out of my garage that had been in there all winter, put them in the front of the house, left them there. They're actually really cute.
Yeah.
And then I just laid, because there's no bugs up front.
Yeah,
all in the back. And so I just laid there and I got sun poisoning. I'm not even kidding. I mean, it's gone now, but that all night yesterday, I had these huge welted hives all over my chin and my neck and like my chest.
Damn.
And I was like, damn. So much for getting some suntan.
Yeah, but you did.
I was out there for like
look at you got color
2.5 hours. I was
like,
out
I
there.
can tell on the top of your legs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can.
I can always tell with your. Oh yeah, I see it. But like the top of your legs, they don't look burnt. They look tan. They look like they're
okay. Let's not go that far.
Well, I can tell with your like you have the same like we have those freckles that are just like light and then get darker, and then I also have the reverse where they stay white. Like I don't know where the fuck that is.
Especially my shins.
Yeah, my shins. They're like
my
white
knees
dots.
will go dark, but
my knees look like they're dirty. But everything.
But no,
else.
it was really nice. So I'm gonna try to like just 30 minutes. In the afternoon, especially this week so hot. Just put a tank and shorts. I don't need it. I'm not sitting in a bathing suit in the front of the house.
No,
just reading and I had my little Yeti living your best life. I had the hose on misting
Just right
I was
there.
just soaking. Then
Like-
one time I had it on soaker. You know how it just falls out?
No, yes.
It was just all over me. Anyway, it was funny.
Did you get your, how long did you get your book? Like, how far did you get into it?
I read about 50 pages.
Okay.
Yeah. I was getting distracted. I had Ollie out there.
Yeah.
He was too high. I had to take him in and out, in and out. Yeah.
Okay, Morgan, let's hit them with it.
If you're driving, throw that shit on cruise control.
If you got a glass, pour that shit up.
And let's get creepy. Okay, so today we have creepy accounts for Taylor's birthday. We got so many submissions,
Thank
guys.
God.
So
Thank
many.
you.
Thank you so much.
So much.
You have us locked into August, but don't stop sending them in now.
Do not stop sending them in now because, like, obviously we can't read all of them to know, like, how long they are.
Right.
And
And on that note, obviously we're not able to read all of them, but I got some pretty good ones.
good. And so also if you want to send it in, you can go to our Reddit, which is Creeps and Crimes, and you can tag it as a creepy account, or you can send it into our email, which is creepsandcrimes.ca@gmail.com. We just ask if you say if we can or cannot use your name and what your preferred pronouns are, so that way we're not addressing you wrong. Okay, let's get ready with the first one.
I got the first one. It's from our Reddit thread, Creeps and Crimes, from user T-Town Big Dog. We all know who that is, and
We
he's
do.
about to tell us. And the title is Dark, Desolate Highway.
Ooh.
Hey, ladies, it's Seth. So it's around 9:30 p.m. on a weeknight.
King of the boys club, by the way, if you're
Period.
new here.
I remember it was fall because I was wearing a jacket, probably 8 or 9 years ago. I was working for ADT, where apparently Morgan works as well.
Remember when Morgan was CEO of ADT?
I was just adding into the story.
I would love
So
to pull up that clip just to
making
read
it a little spicier.
just adding to it. She's like, yeah.
And I was driving home from a late install. I was alone and it was dark but clear. There was a half moon in the sky. I needed to pee really bad and I was probably 45 minutes from home. I knew there was an old country store about 5 miles ahead, so I held it and I made my way that direction. As I got closer, I could tell they were closed. And you know how your bladder and brain work together against you?
Yes.
Period. They really do.
Always.
My bladder was already prepped and my brain was too, and the urge was even worse now.
Oh.
So I drove on about another 2 or 3 miles. But the urge to urinate was increasing by the minute.
God.
I was on this very desolate 2-lane state highway and I finally decided I had to pull over. There are no houses or anything for miles. This is country farmland, cow pastures, and not many trees. As I pulled my truck to the side, I left 2 wheels on the pavement and 2 wheels in the grass. I got out and I could see there were no headlights in either direction. I walked around the back of the truck, opened the passenger door as a shield, and I started peeing. Immediately, I got the weird feeling that something wasn't right. Like someone or something else is with me.
Oh.
And I couldn't shake this feeling. I started thinking maybe there is a bobcat or a mountain lion close watching me. No idea. So I'm sort of dancing around and trying to speed up the peeing process. I already know the 2 leg
Come on, let's go.
I start talking out loud to myself, partially to calm my own nerves and hopefully keep any wild animal away. Finally, I finish up and make my way back around the truck. And I've got a little giddy up in my step because I know that something is out there. I make it back in the truck and I slam the door. I put it in drive and I pull away. Safe. Not more than 3 seconds later, I look to my left and there is a goddamn man standing on the grass on the opposite side of the road. And he was wearing all beige. Why? Not the beige man.
Wait.
The cult leader.
Literally.
This motherfucker is staring off into the field away from the road, not even looking at me.
Turned around.
Oh, I have chills.
I
It's disgusting.
hate it.
I stomped the gas so hard. I have heard of the Native American Honka Muskogee Creek tribe, and the Honka is essentially a monster man ghost demon. I have no idea if he was real or not, but I sure as hell didn't stop to find out. I hauled ass home and I never looked back.
Damn it, Seth. I thought you were about to tell me this was an escapee from prison.
Like that tracks.
seems like a little bit more. But
You
what
know
the fuck
what?
is he looking
No,
at?
actually, what's scarier than them staring at you is them staring away.
Turned
from you.
away back to you. And like, first off, let's just talk about your male privilege and all this. Dark, desolate highway at night. You need to go pee.
Yeah.
You just whip out your dick and piss. Like,
Yeah.
are you kidding?
Yep.
And then you're not even
No
like
squat down. No, nothing.
You're not looking around being like, there's a man around here. Like, you just got out. And also, like, you guys know, like, when you're about to piss your pants, it's like the fire alarm in your body is going off. Like, so your heart rate's like pumping, and then when you're like trying to pee fast and your heart rate's even going high, you can't even hear anything.
And then it like goes either so fast for so long or so slow because you held it for so long.
Slow, and it like kind of hurts your stomach a little bit, like so you can't push too hard. You might shit your pants. You don't know.
True.
Oh my God! And then to get in your car, be like, okay, I'm safe.
Safe.
Man, over there, turn the other way. If this, I swear to God, if this was a woman, he would have been staring into your soul.
And also the fact that you felt like someone was watching you or something
the entire
was there.
time.
I bet he was staring at you, and then he
turned around.
I need to know, was the beige like a long dress?
Right. Was it?
Were we in like a?
Was it like a skirt and a top?
Right.
Was it a jumpsuit from a prison?
Yes.
What
details?
We need more details, Seth.
That is scary though.
Damn, Seth.
Absolutely
not.
not.
ADT had you up in some bullshit every day.
ADT deserves to give all of their workers some sort of paranormal, creepy compensation.
100%.
Workers' comp.
Workers' comp for you to go to every medium and get cleansed, because what the fuck?
Yeah, really.
I mean, they had you up in attics, in basements,
finding strangers,
literally, like wiring up shit at night, like going out and being in the middle of a desolate field. Like, hell no.
Yeah, no.
ADT needs to offer their workers more, and we're here to say that proudly with our chest. And Morgan, as the CEO,
as the CEO of ADT, I hereby grant it.
Yes.
And we'll start the petition
right now. Period.
So,
and that goes for every security alarm system company that there is.
Especially the one from last week.
No, seriously. God.
They deserve some compensation from you hanging wires at 3 a.m.
The shit they pulled on me. You can hear about that in the Pipe and Hot Goss.
I'm glad you left that company.
I know, like,
right?
I think he's doing something. He like said in the last one that he worked there for like a certain amount of years. So I'm assuming that he doesn't work there anymore.
Yeah. No, they really
I think we need to file a lawsuit.
I agree.
Seth,
emotional distress.
Fucking creepy.
Yeah, I hate that for you.
I hate that for you. Thanks so much for sending that in.
Thanks, Seth.
The next one we have is from Anonymous, and it says, "Happy birthday, Queen Tay, creepy and crimey account." Hi, cutie pies. I just finished the latest episode, and I wanted this for proof that we don't hate the queens. So I decided to turn in my creepy account and crimey account that recently happened. I do want to apologize for how this may come out, because like Tay, I can't read, and you guessed it, can't write either. Like, hey, I get it 100%. I'm here for it. I like to stay anonymous just because my life is a little niche and I'm a scaredy girl. Morgan, you say girl better like that. Girl. Yeah, you do it better than me.
Girl.
I think my lips are broken.
No, just go like ghoul, but girl.
Girl.
Wait, no, I can't do it.
Girl.
Scratch that.
Yeah.
Girl.
It doesn't.
I think that's cool.
It's like not happening. It's just so not coming out of my mouth. My husband and I travel for work. Right now, we are in a rural area of Tennessee, closer to the Kentucky border. Okay, creepy. I am Latina, and I have been surrounded by people who don't necessarily look like me, which has been fine. And truly, everyone has been so nice, except for our new neighbor. When he moved in, we noticed how strange he was acting. He was always out at night and never during the day, which we thought maybe because he was on like a night shift. But then there were days in a row where he legit sat near the yard line and stared directly at our house.
The fuck?
Night and day. Hell.
It's like that movie.
No. Oh, hell no.
I hate that for you.
Oh my God.
That's fucking terrifying. I would be like, what up, motherfucker?
Literally. I'm just, every time he's looking through the window, I'm just walking by with like a different weapon of sort. Like, oh my God, that would be funny. Me walking across with my fluffy handcuffs, like, and here's another one.
Me coming out in a cloak and candles.
We come out like Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, Morgan, can I use your taser? Walking across the window. Okay. Anyways, so we tell our landlord because he also owns that house, and that did get him to stop. Okay, well, that's good. So we could have just read a little bit more, and we would have found out that she didn't have to threaten him.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's right. Good. But he would constantly pace his yard near ours, mumbling to himself. Hell no.
Hell no.
I grew up in Central Florida and we never locked our doors or cars, and I had to because this guy had such a weird energy to him. Everything came to blows. When I was home one day with our dog, she continuously kept barking while we were playing catch, which she never does. I tried to not notice the shift in energy every time she would look over to our neighbor's yard. We hadn't seen him in about 2 days, and that was strange because he was always outside at weird times of the night, but we hadn't seen him recently. Suddenly, I hear a voice tell me to go back inside right now and lock the door. I decided to actually listen and bolt inside, almost forgetting my dog. Sorry, girl, mama was scared. Well, you're thinking she's coming behind you.
Yeah.
Like, is she just gonna let you run off, dash off?
If you have the ball in your hand, then she's coming.
Yeah, exactly. Where was the ball? That's what we need to know. When I got inside, I looked out the window and I see my neighbor with a gun in his hand looking at our house.
Oh my God.
I freaked out and called the cops, but before they got there, he had left. I told the cops how he had been acting lately and said there wasn't much that they could do yet, but would try to have someone patrol the area and catch him to talk to him. That evening, when my husband got home, I told him everything that had happened. The way our house is set up, we have a huge window to the left of us that faces our driveway and his house through our window. As I'm telling my husband, his face turns white and he just points. I see our neighbor near our cars hiding.
Oh my God.
My husband has had enough, and at this point he comes out yelling and annoyed. I stayed in and I called the cops. The neighbor had run back into his house, but the cops did get there before he had a chance to leave again. One cop stays with us so that we could tell him what's going on, another went to go talk to him, and another was in our driveway area. The cop looking over the driveway calls us over and asks if that tracker is ours. At this point, I almost passed out because there is no way that was ours. That motherfucker had placed something on my car.
Oh my God.
The cops ended up taking him in that night because he was very defiant with them. A couple of days pass and we don't hear anything from him, so we assume that we must have scared him straight. Except our landlord comes by and tells us that the neighbor is still in jail because when they went to his house, they only found one chair in the middle of the room facing a window that looked to our house. And he had scribbled writing all over the walls and even some Nazi signs in the fucking kitchen. I added fucking, cause what do you mean? What the
my God.
fuck? This was so scary,
Yeah.
and I am so happy the cops did take us seriously.
Me
and
too.
hopefully this dumbass gets the day he deserves. I can't say that he was targeting us specifically, but I'm happy whatever he was planning on doing with the tracker stopped before it was too late.
Honestly, I'm seriously happy the cops took you seriously as well, because
Yes.
as a minority in a very rural
In that
white
Kentucky,
area,
Tennessee line area, I have chills on my fucking
yeah,
body.
good on them.
Good on them.
And good on you for
But
advocating for
also,
yourself.
too, like, was the only reason that they actually took it this far because they found that tracker?
Or was it because
But,
he
like,
was
they-
See, I don't even think it was that. I think
He
it was
just
because
being
he
a
was
dick.
fighting them.
He was just being a dick. So he dug his own fucking grave at that point. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's sick.
Okay.
So do you still live there? Does he still live there?
We
We need
need
to know
an
you're
update.
safe. Like, I need at least a text every morning. Hey, woke up. headed
Hey,
to work.
we're good.
That would be
Seriously. Thank you. We will be your touch
I
base.
hate that for you. That's
I hate
so
that.
scary.
I'm so happy that hopefully that's potentially fucking over because
Yeah, you should move to Knoxville.
Yeah, yeah, you should move your ass down here. This is a different type, okay? More fun down here and way less fucking creepy and crimey. Okay, so the next story is my creepy story. I grew up very religious, like Pentecostal, long skirts, no makeup type of religious. I think partly because of that, I was more sensitive to the supernatural as it was a big part of not only the religion, but our culture. My dad was a truck driver, so on days where he had early days, he would take us to our grandma's during the summer. My dad had to wake up at around 3:30 a.m. to leave by 4:30 a.m. and leave us there. This specific morning, my siblings, myself, and my dad all woke up at around 3:15 a.m. to a baby crying. Oh, fuck.
Mandy?
This was so weird because my youngest sibling was 9 at the time, so there is no reason to be hearing a baby crying.
Is Mandy in your basement?
I hate this. You literally just covered Mandy.
Yeah.
My dad freaked out because we were told a baby cry, especially at night, was demonic, and 100% I would stand by that. Oh God. We tried to ignore it and get ready to leave. My dad was definitely frantic and disturbed and wanted us to leave ASAP. As we're driving, I can tell my dad is still super scared when suddenly we feel a weight on top of the small car he is driving. I'm gonna shit my pants. You know the sound when someone is climbing on top of your car. We all screamed because it freaked us out. My dad starts praying really loud over us in the car, and we hear, oh God, and we can hear something fly off the car. Oh. No one is talking, but when we get to my grandma's, who is really in tune with the supernatural, greets us. She then tells us at the door, I need to get oil because something has followed you
she
here.
She knew immediately.
I have forehead chills.
She probably saw it.
She probably saw it like coming in with you. Wait, what's so crazy is there's been a creepy account years ago when we like, so it had to be season 2 or season 3 where something happened on top of a car and a grandma saw it when they were pulling into the fucking driveway.
Yeah, wait, I remember that too. I hate that.
Oh my God.
All
what
I
the
picture
fuck?
too is like Mothman.
Yes, like that's all I'm thinking. Oh my God, I'm gonna freaking throw up. Okay, I need to get oil because something has followed you here. She grabs her oil by the door in typical Mexican grandma fashion and starts praying over us. Because I'm super curious, while she's praying, I open my eyes and I look over next to my dad when I see a shadow figure standing really close to him, completely melt. I wish I was making this up. I could see the physical puddle of almost black tar.
Oh my gosh.
My grandma finishes and my dad leaves. Her and I stay awake in silence, drinking coffee and making breakfast. When she asked me, you saw the black tar too, right?
Grandma,
what do you mean?
I was gonna pretend that was a dream.
I was literally acting like I was delusional. So,
Grandma, what do you mean?
Grandma, shut up, but tell me everything at the same time. Chills, literal chills. Super grateful for my praying grandma, but that was so scary. Anyways, I'm so sorry these were long and I apologize if they don't make sense. But I love you both. Sending love and light your way always. Happy birthday, Tay, Anonymous.
That was so good.
That was amazing, Anonymous.
That was
so good.
So whenever she says oil, like almost like a cooking oil, like it's anointed oil. It's like very clear. It's not like a black oil, right?
It's like the Catholic Church oil.
Okay, that's what I was kind of thinking.
Yeah.
So it's like just like a clear anointing oil.
It kind of looks like holy water.
Yeah. Okay. Because I was just like, that's so weird that like your grandmother used oil and then he melted into like an oil puddle.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Like I wonder if there's like a correlation.
Yeah,
like if someone is saging, does he just burn it into a crisp? Yeah.
But because
turn
it was
into ashes.
oil, damn.
Yeah, crazy.
Damn. So that's even crazier that it was, like you said, it was beside your dad.
And the baby crying would have
like
affected
targeted
him.
Dad.
Yeah.
The most, and then being on the car while he's driving it. Like, what the
I hate
fuck?
that.
Well, you know
and
what? That's
where
what they
was
say
that at? That
about
wasn't
truck
in
drivers.
Northern Tennessee.
No,
right?
I don't think so. But like, that's what they say about truck drivers, dude. Like they
get
pick
a lot
up
of
so much energy. Like think about how much energy is on a road.
Yeah. And all day long.
All day long.
All across the country.
Everywhere.
That's so scary. Thank you,
crazy.
Anonymous. That was good.
Thank you so much, Anonymous. That was amazing.
I knew that's a good one.
That was
for you
a
to
great
start on.
one. That was a great one.
Okay, the next one is from Jody, she, her, or Jodes. And the title is My Dead Grandmother Help Me Find This Podcast. Please read me for fuck's sake.
Oh my God. Okay, we're rating it.
I just learned what FFS meant.
Is that what that means?
Yes. I'm so old. I had it like Urban Dictionary a couple weeks ago. I'm like, what the heck does FFS mean? It's for fuck's sake.
I had no idea. I thought it was a type of document. Like a CSV.
FFS. People are sending us
MP3.
sign the contract, FFS. And we're like, oh, we'll get to it.
Yeah, definitely.
And they're like, sign it now for fuck's sake. We should start doing that to people.
We really should.
And be like, see who picks up on it and be like, oh no, that's just the document.
We'll do .ffs at the end, everything. Oh my God.
So good.
That's so funny.
Hello, ladies. No, the title is not clickbait, and I have tried to send multiple creepy accounts in, but to no avail. Hopefully this one lands.
It's here.
Sorry, Jodes. I haven't upgraded to Patreon yet. I get it. You girls are busy bitches, and I love this podcast with my whole heart, so please don't stop being busy bitches.
Oh, we won't.
This creepy account is sort of an ode to my sweet granny with some creepy minis, the main MF creepy ass story, and then I'll explain how her spirit led me to finding my favorite podcast. Morgan may get a little shocky pops, but I'll do my best to keep it short and sweet. Please feel free to trim as needed.
Okay, let's do it.
A bit of background about me and my grandmother. My name is Jody, she, her, but you can call me Joe, Jodes, or whatever tickles your fancy. And her name was Pam. We are from way down south, South Africa to be exact. And she played a huge part in the upbringing of myself and my cousin. She only ever had sons, so you can imagine when she got not one, but two grandbaby girls.
Oh, hell yeah.
This woman was stoked that my cousin and I had it made.
Oh, yes.
She was extremely spiritual, and my cousin and I'm going to name your cousin, okay?
Okay.
Because I think we say it quite often.
Sarah.
Yeah, okay. She was extremely spiritual, and Sarah and I would call her our fairy godmother because of her massive garden decorated with lavender, rosemary, ceramic gnomes, and fairies, and of course, 2 fat cats.
Oh, how magical.
Sarah and I believe that she was a witch of love and light in some way. Now that is established, here are some mini creepies. Mini number 1, Murder House in Golden Lights.
Okay.
I was about 9 or so and staying at my grandmother's house, and because I'm a whole 9 years old, I thought that I could be brave, staying in the spare room alone. Typically, I slept on the floor of my grandparents' bed. In the middle of the night, I woke up and felt cold, despite it being a South African summer. If you know, you know. My body was stiff, but I could move my head. I hear a strange hissing sound, and I turn my head to look and see where it was coming from, and in the corner of the room was a tall, dark figure shrouded in darkness, moving its head like a snake, moving very slowly towards me.
Fuck no.
I was about to shit myself when all of a sudden the bedroom door opens and the light from the connecting room bursts through with my gran in the doorway.
Oh, hell yeah.
She walks over to me, takes my hand and says, "Get up, lovey. Let's do the golden night light." That is cute trademarking for ourselves.
Fucking midnight margaritas. What is happening? Oh my God.
I could move and she would not let me look in that corner as she led me out of the room, positioning her body in the way so it was blocked from view. The golden night light was what she would do every night, walking around the house and moving her hands in a circular motion, envisioning a golden light filling the house. Sarah had a similar experience where she was choked by a strong, dark man. And my grandmother, again, arrived in the nick of motherfucking time.
Oh my, she's a fucking Marvel superhero. Like,
she's literally Wonder Woman. Not Wonder Woman,
like,
Captain Marvel.
Like, seriously, like, Captain
Marvel.
Literally. Marble lines.
Oh, that's so good. Sarah lived in the house that was joined with my grandparents. Picture 2 houses joined by a sliding door. Left was grandparents and right was my uncle and aunt.
Okay.
She could not sleep in her own bed because of this reoccurring nightmare of this man's presence choking her, so had to sleep with her parents until she was 13, and then they eventually moved. Her dad also had a serious problem with alcoholism, and it wasn't until they moved out that he suddenly stopped drinking and has been sober for over 8 years.
Wow.
And that Sarah and I found out that a murder had taken place in that house where a man had strangled his wife, and Sarah had the choking sensation, where a man had strangled his wife and threw her down the stairs. There were also places in that house that us, very busy kids, would naturally just avoid or never go into alone. Not fucking kosher. Not to mention that was not the only murder that happened in that house.
Oh, shit. So, wait, that's crazy that once the dad finally moves, he's able to become sober.
Yeah. I feel like that was like feeding on him.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Not to
Love
say that
grandma.
that's a situation for everyone, but in this specific situation, like we see that a lot with the way that it affects people, but specifically men in houses, because it just makes them like rage the fuck out.
Yeah. And they're not taking a second to like understand or grasp what could possibly be going on.
Right.
I wonder if your uncle is your grandmother's son or son-in-law.
Right.
I'd like to know that.
Yeah.
Mini number 2, the goodbye and the reversing of roles. Love these names.
Yeah, these are great.
My sweet witchy granny would get readings done regularly, and in one of these readings, she brought me up. Her and I were extremely close, like we could communicate telepathically almost.
Love.
And it came out in this reading that our souls have found each other in many lifetimes, but the main one to come up was how I was her older brother, she was my little sister, and I had died when we were very young. And now the roles were reversed. She was the older one, and I was the baby. She raised me and cared for me at the start of my life, her first grandbaby, so trigger warning here for Cancer. Another reversal of roles was when I had to be her caretaker in the last few months of her life. The angelically stubborn woman would only eat the chicken soup I would make for her, only allow me to see her cry when expressing her worries about the family, and only listen to me. Again, very sweetly stubborn. Haha.
Yeah, I love that.
So when the family realized that she was holding on for them, they asked me to tell her to let go, to say it was okay. And when I did, she smiled and said, okay, when the babies are gone. A week to the day after my younger cousin, who were 13 and 10 at the time, had gone back to Cape Town, I had a dream of her fat ginger cat, Toffee, who had long since passed, licking my nose like she usually would to wake me up to feed her. I wake up feeling calm, but not feeling her anymore. I get a glass of water, and as I sit back down on my bed, my dad opens my bedroom door, and I tell him that I knew before he could even open his mouth. She passed on the 28th of May at 2 a.m. on the dot in 2021 in our home, and was surrounded by so much love and light. Our goodbye the night before was almost totally telepathic, with me talking and her giving me her cheeky but knowing grin that I hadn't seen in months. Aww. And then the motherfucking creepypasta.
Okay, wait, I need to comment on this so I don't forget. Toffee.
I know.
Toffee was is literally her on earth and in like the spiritual world spirit guide.
Yeah.
That's helping guiding her in and out. I'm gonna cry.
I love your grandma.
Oh my God. Like
your granny's so
Oh my
sweet.
God. What if do you think it's gonna be Mila, Nona, or Ophi that comes and wakes you up when I'm dead? Who is it gonna be? Who do you think it's gonna be?
I think it would be Mila.
Mila.
But I think that Nona would be in the back.
Actually, better yet, Nona's gonna be the one that comes and gets you by bringing you another Nona, because she does be harassing you.
She does.
Nona harasses
she does be
you.
sending me Nonas.
Yeah, she does.
That was so sweet. Okay, this is the motherfucking creepa. The Crossroad Man in the Mist is the title. Summer night in Cape Town, South Africa, 2023. Sarah and I were driving in the deep south of Cape Town. I love how close you and Sarah are.
I do too.
Think dark, coastal, so a bit misty, winding, bushy road with no streetlights, and fuck all houses. We were in our fields and grooving to some tunes when we came to the normal crossroad, taking the turn off to go to Sarah's house. Not long after, in the distance, we see a person standing in the middle of the road holding two long stick whip-looking things. I don't know what he was holding, but I wasn't about to find the fuck out.
Hell no.
I flashed my brights for a second to tell him to get out of the road, thinking he's probably a displaced person and he does not move. Mm-hmm. I keep the brights on to make it very clear that there's a car coming directly at you, and I see that he's wearing a suit with a long traditional African necklace, and these sticks were ivory white, and he was looking at me directly at me.
Oh no.
I got serious chills, and I went from 60 to 80 in the blink of an eye, swerved to get out of his way, and continued to drive for another 5 minutes or so, and our surroundings just seemed to get darker, and it seemed like more mist was becoming more thick. Nothing about this felt right. Nothing about this felt kosher. That's when the Bluetooth suddenly started to play static and switched to the CD. We were driving my grandmother's car, and in order to switch over to the CD, you needed to press a physical button that none of us touched. And we see the same man standing in the mist again with no legs this time. Floating motherfucker.
No, 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 no.
This time he was standing on Sarah's side of the road, looking at her with an almost hungry expression.
Oh, no.
It was almost like something came over me. Every fiber in my being wanted to say fuck it and deal with the speeding fines to get back home. But something told me, almost in my ear, hold your speed, do not run. Every hair on the back of my neck was standing up at this point when Sarah says, Jody, there is something in this car. I hate this.
Grandma?
And out of the corner of my eye, I saw something move in the rearview mirror despite there being no one there.
No.
Now,
no.
I may be nowhere near Appalachia, but I have watched enough TikToks on the things in there, so I tell her under no circumstance is she to turn around and to sing the song that was playing from the CD and not acknowledge anything that she saw. At this point, the mist is thick and we keep seeing dark shapes in between. If it wasn't mist, it was seriously like way too dark for it to be normal. The CD that was playing was the childhood ABBA CD that my grandmother would always play for us. And we've had another creepy account similar to that.
With ABBA's playing in the back.
And we both realized that she was with us, but she was not whatever was chasing us. We were just singing Summer Night City, the first song to play, and it literally was a summer night in the city of Cape Town, albeit the outskirts. And Angel Eyes, like it was the motherfucking gospel.
100%.
And I was envisioning the golden light that my gran would use to protect her house. We got to the house within those 2 songs and from the crossroad. It usually takes half an hour going at the speed we were, but somehow that night we made it in under 10 minutes going at the same speed that I would normally go. Whoa.
Wait, so you like time slept?
Kind of, yeah.
Damn.
We get inside, again, not looking behind us, and debrief the fuck out of that shit show. We both said that we had the feeling of being chased, and Sarah said that she didn't think the dark patches in between the mist were the shrubbery because she saw what looked to be red, glowing eyes attached to those dark shapes twice. My eyes were locked onto the road the whole time because I was driving, so I didn't personally see them, but we both agreed that whatever the fuck that was, it was not love and light, and it was not nice. But we also had this feeling that our granny was there and that she must have had a hand in us getting home so quickly and keeping us safe from whatever that was. We both have never seen that man ever again, nor had an experience that intense with something that feels that soul-sucking. Fucking hell.
Your grandma's the one who switched the to CD.
tapes.
She switched it to CD because she was like, I need you guys to pay attention and listen.
Yeah.
And like, she put on
I
something
have
that
chills.
like protects you in it. But it was your turn. Like you had to
If
do the
you
golden
Ever
nightlight.
looked at me and said, Morgan, there's something in this car, I would wreck. I'm just letting you know right now. I would be
Let's
going.
just hope I'm the one driving.
I think you would also be going straight into the fucking cinder block wall, okay?
It would throw up. Like I would seriously throw up. But oh no. Remember that time when we were driving through the mountains to get to Helen, Georgia at night, and we had the boys in back being stupid.
They're out there calling for S-dubs.
Yeah, S-dub, like out the window.
Going crazy.
And we were like, get the fuck out.
If it was like, if you said SKINWALKER, but like said George Washington, they were like this, George Washington!
Literally.
Like just howling at the moon.
Oh my God.
And we were like, you guys aren't funny.
Yeah, we were like, shut the fuck up. And like, we were getting so mad. And then Logan's like, oh, she also hates when I whistle. Hoo, hoo, hoo. And I'm like, I'm going to wreck this fucking car. And Morgan's like, we're going to wreck it right now. Like,
were they both sitting in the back?
yes, he got in the back. Because they were making us sick when they were driving. So we were like, we got to switch.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, this is almost done. Finally, how my granny led me to you ladies. It was probably about a month after my grandmother had passed and 2 weeks after my first boyfriend broke up with me. And I was lying on her bed deep in the sadness, next to the place that she would be, where I would show her TikToks after getting home from school. She was a particular fan of the conspiracy, history, spooky side of TikTok, whereas I was more of a crime girly because my mom raised me on true crime documentaries. I couldn't listen to music anymore, so on Spotify, I start going through some podcasts. I check the time and it's 14:44. 444. Keep in mind, with a grand like mine, I listen to and notice signs and numbers are especially significant to me. And the first podcast I see after seeing that was Creeps and Crimes.
Shut up.
I thought, fuck it, let's give it a shot and thank all that is golden that I did. From 17, every day on the bus to school, free lessons, been with me literally into my adult life. I'm 21 now. But the confirmation that it was my gran that day that helped me find you guys came in February when I found out that Morgan shares a birthday with my favorite person in the whole world. My granny, whom I call Momo, was also born on the 24th of February.
I'm going to crawl out of this chair.
Anyways, that was that. Thank you, girls, for what you do. You are my favorite podcast as of that day in June. If you're looking for some South African cases, for my crime bestie, Taylor, the case of Oscar Pistorius, and for creepy gal Morg, the curse of the Flying Dutchman, or the man who smoked with the devil. Ooh.
Okay.
So much love and light. Sorry if this email was long like an elephant's schlong. Love you, girlies, up in the northern south. XXX Jodes.
Hold the fuck on.
Oh my God.
Like, that was so good. This is we're literally 3 for 3 right now. Like,
I know.
It's going like no one fuck it up, okay?
I know.
Morgan's like, I'm getting sick.
I'm like,
no, what the fuck?
No, that's
crazy. How did we just find each other like this? And wait, we've been doing this that long?
Are you telling me that Momo is protecting us too?
Yeah, I think so.
I love her.
I love her.
I love you.
We love you, Momo.
We want you to talk to us on Friday.
Will you please do a golden nightlight around
over our houses,
over us, over everything that we touch
every single day? I know that's a lot of energy, and obviously give it to Jodes and Sarah
or just
first,
teach us how to do
but
it.
then come to us.
Yeah.
Anything left over, come to us.
Please, if you have just like a few ounces of energy.
That is such a good way of introducing or protecting your children spiritually.
Yes.
To be like, oh, let's do our golden
I'm gonna
night.
do that.
Me too.
Oh,
I think that's
100%.
awesome. Without them being like, my mom's a witch.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, and also it's kind of like we can walk around and pray, but it's like, oh, and also we're trying to make sure that all the windows are locked and all the doors, because I've been doing that shit every night anyways. Like I walk through the house and check every window and every door before I go to bed.
I love you.
I love you,
Jody. I love you so much.
Send in
I
more.
love your cousin.
So sorry that it took
your
forever.
Grandmother. I want to come to Cape Town.
No, seriously.
Right now.
Do not take us to the crossroads.
I will not be going there. But
Maybe for fun.
I would love to come to Cape Town.
Yes. That is so, I'm like, actually, that's crazy. Like, I have no words.
Yeah, that is insane. It makes me feel so
I
good.
cannot get over the fact that you've been listening to us since you were 17, you're 21 now. Like, that
don't ever put those words
don't
and
ever
numbers.
Say that again. Don't ever say that again.
Don't you fucking dare. And I'm so sorry that you said you've been sending this in for years.
Babe, honestly, I've never seen your email.
No, because we also are very, well, and we're also very like, we love our out of the country people.
Yes,
so
our international
listeners. So anytime we see someone, the first couple sentences
we want to show you
like,
bitches off.
I'm from Cape Town, South Africa, Australia,
UK.
girl here. I'm like, click, click, click. You're coming with us, you know?
Yeah.
So like, I can't believe we've never seen it. I'm so sorry that we haven't.
I'm so sorry.
But I'm so glad that we did for such a special episode.
I know, and like that was so perfect. Like I feel like your grandma wanted it to be on my birthday.
Yeah, your grandma was holding out on you.
I cannot believe that.
She was like, patience, Jody.
But what's so crazy is like, wow, I don't know. What if she comes through when we go meet with Susan? That would be crazy. That'd be crazy. Oh my God, Jody, that was so cool. Send in some more. We promise we will not fuck you over like we have been apparently for so long. And we love you. Thank you.
Thank you. I have to pee so bad.
Yeah, me too. I'm literally about to piss my pants while we're sitting here. Okay, so the next one we have is from Anonymous, and the title is "The Old Man Who Died in My Room Paralyzed Me."
I hate this already.
I am sick. So only things of white and light and pink love are welcomed in here right now.
And
ever.
Momo. I don't know. It's Momoo. Momu. Could be
Momu.
You better be also there.
Golden nightlight. Activate
the golden nightlight.
Oh my God, in an Iron Man suit. Oh, that'd be sick. Okay. Hi girlies, sorry for the definitely kinda but not really clickbait title. I love you both and your show so much and have been listening for too long to remember when I started. I wanted to share the story about my ghost buddy that I named Greg, but please keep me anonymous. Sorry in advance for how long it is. Also, I'm Australian, so sorry for the different spelling. I swear it is correct for me. Ha ha ha. Hey Australia. Like Cape, what we have? Yeah,
Cape Town.
Yeah, South Africa, Cape Town. We got Australia. Okay, let's fucking go. Like fucking worldwide over here. International girlies.
Prestige.
Yeah,
Prestige worldwide.
That is
golden
so
nightlight for everybody.
Funny. Golden nightlight for the world. Amen.
Click.
Amen. For a preface, I do have some spiritual gifts, such as feeling when a ghost is in the room and exactly where they are located and what they are doing. I cannot see them, but I know that they are there and often get a flash vision of what they look like and how they are dressed. My mother is also a medium and has on occasion brought new spirits home from various locations.
Mom? Activate the golden nightlight.
Yeah, activate, okay? Activate golden nightlight. Due to these things, I have experienced spooky, scary happenings my whole life, but have also made a lifelong ghost buddy named Greg. When I was a teenager, I was moving into a new apartment with my family. There was nothing super special about this apartment. It looked fine, it felt fine, and by all accounts was a normal apartment. On the moving day, we were all chaotically running in and out of the apartment while moving in boxes and furniture. About 20 minutes in, for pretty much no reason, I turned to my sister and I said, quote, "Wow, this is really reminding me of the Conjuring movie when they are moving into the house."
Anonymous, why would you say that?
Why the fuck did you say that? That's an inside thought only. That does not come out of your mouth.
Oh boy.
Oh, there was absolutely no reason for me to think that or say this at all, other than the fact that we were moving into a new home, which I was used to at this point as we had moved every year for the past 5 years. There was nothing similar about it, and it understandably really creeped my sister out. Immediately when I saw my room, I did not like how it felt. I couldn't figure it out, but it just felt off. There was a huge window lining the wall and a giant mirrored closet lining the opposite wall. Beside having to sleep across from a mirror, it was an ideal room for me at the time. There was also a little single wooden doored closet in the corner of the room as you entered. And
So
that is where it's coming from.
So you're sleeping in a portal with an old wooden door access to
and
it.
a window across from a mirror in your bed, also across from a mirror. So you've got like 32 different portals going on.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Just one big vortex.
Love. That's how mine and Morgan's creepy ass apartment
that's true.
that we lived in together. I hated this closet in particular and was very scared to open it, to the point where I couldn't even use it, which is crazy for a teenage girl with a clothing addiction. No, seriously, that tells you all that you need to know. Another important thing to know is that the apartment was on the first floor, but there were no apartments below it on the ground floor, only garages. Oh, I forget. Yes. So like over there, you know how we go from like garage to 1? They go from garage to 2.
Okay.
Yeah. So, okay. Anyways, that does not matter. I was just thinking that in my head, so I wanted to share with all of you guys. So even though we were on the lowest apartment, we were still several meters off the ground, and you couldn't just walk up to the windows or balcony and access them from outside without having a ladder.
Okay.
Once we had moved all the furniture in, we were in the living room figuring out the new layout when all of a sudden we heard a loud knocking sound from one of the windows. We scrambled over to it, but no one and nothing was there. So we played it off as no big deal and went about moving furniture. About 2 minutes later, the blinds that were covering this window slammed against the glass so loud, and it looked as though, oh no, they were being pushed or punched against it from the inside.
So they were like
being like held in.
I hate that.
I hate it. We were all stunned, but not, quote, frightened. And I jokingly said, oh, don't worry. It's just our new ghost, Greg.
Oh, you already
Look
named
at you.
him.
Like, you're just like, you don't even have to think. It's just coming out.
You're like, oh, there's Greg. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, cool. This is the Conjuring house and that's Greg. Like it just comes your mouth and you say it. We continued to have strange and terrifying things happen at that apartment, including hearing sounds and whispers. Ooh, hate that. When you were home alone, or seeing a woman walk down the hallway out of the corner of your eye when you were in the kitchen. But the scariest encounter happened about 6 months into living there, when I had my first ever sleep paralysis experience.
I hate this for you so much.
I hate this. These events all happened at the same exact time, and each one was experienced by a different person. Do we just have a bunch of authors writing in today? A bunch of screenplays?
You guys have been really holding out. I'm just saying.
Every one of you should write a fucking book. Like, end of story.
And you've been really holding out on us. They're like, no, we've sent this 7 times.
I know, but like, honestly, guys, I feel like you guys have been lying to us this whole time. Like, I feel like we just found out our friends have been like doing something behind our back and like left us out intentionally.
That's how I feel too.
Like, you guys have all these fucking stories that no one was going to come and bring us.
Yeah. They're like, no, we sent
Until we literally were like punching and screaming, and then you guys had to be like, okay, fucking big ass babies, I'm going to send you this for the 900th time.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. But okay, if it wasn't your first time sitting in, if it was your first time sitting in, what the fuck have you guys been doing?
I know, you hate us or what?
Like, what the fuck?
That's fine.
I feel like there's a group message we're not in.
It does feel like
really
that.
It does feel like that. Okay, so just to remind you from before that rant, all these things that they're about to explain happened all at the same exact time, and each one was experienced by a different person. For some context, this apartment had a very long hallway that led from the kitchen down to the laundry room, bathroom, then turned and led directly down to my bedroom after passing another bathroom. It was about 5 a.m. on a weekday, and my parents were already out of bed getting ready for work. My stepdad was in the laundry room / bathroom with the door closed, and while in the shower, he heard someone knocking on the laundry room door. He ignored it, but it happened again. So he yelled out, "Come in," assuming that it was my mom. But no one entered and the door stayed closed. And the knocking stopped. Did he just invite something into the shower with him?
I'm sick.
No, because that's my worst nightmare and you fucking know it. So why would you do this to me, Anonymous? I'm just kidding. I'm loving this story so far, but I'm freaking the fuck out. Okay. He didn't think much of it, so he finished showering. 2 rooms over, my mom was doing her makeup and also heard a knock at the door. She did the same thing and said, "Come in," but no one did, and the door stayed closed. A few minutes later, she heard the knocking again and said, "Come in," and this time, the door did open, but only a few centimeters. The hallway was pitch black, so she couldn't see much, but she did see someone's legs wearing gray sweatpants. She assumed that it was my stepdad and laughed about him just standing in the dark hallway and not coming in or opening the door. The door then closed a few seconds later without him saying a word. As soon as the door closed, she heard my stepdad yell, "Come in."
Oh my God.
Understandably, this surprised her as she heard him yelling from the shower in the other room, but swears she just saw him standing in the hallway and had opened and closed her door less than a few seconds ago.
Oh my God.
After a few minutes,
It's a DG.
Yeah. After a few minutes, my stepdad did come to her bathroom door and asked her why she was knocking but didn't come in. Flabbergasted, my mom asked him the same question when they realized that they were both in different rooms at the time and could not have possibly been each other that were knocking. My stepdad adamantly swears he never knocked on, opened, or closed the bathroom door like my mom saw. They had both realized that they had experienced these two things simultaneously, confirming that it must have been a ghost that my mom saw. Meanwhile, as all of this is happening, I am in my room completely paralyzed and absolutely terrified.
Oh, well, they're discussing this.
I forget that you're literally in sleep paralysis
my God.
as this shit's going down. So they're out there just like having a meeting.
Oh, you didn't knock? Oh, no. I saw you, babe.
Oh my God, that was a ghost. I'm scared. Should we
Hey,
go
you're in there like this.
You're literally like, yeah, it's a ghost. Someone come in here right now, please. Early in the morning, I had woken up to the sound of someone opening my bedroom door, which I had closed the night before. I didn't see anything in the dark room, but could hear them walking into my room and towards my bed, right up along the mirrored closet doors. I could hear their steps crushing some plastic bags of clothing that I had sitting up against the closet.
Right, because they don't use the closet.
Right.
So it's in
Oh
the
my
plastic bag.
God. Oh my God.
I hate this.
Then suddenly Then suddenly the footsteps stopped. For a few seconds, I could see a dim light coming from the hallway, presumably from the bathroom door opening and closing on its own, and my room was completely empty. I could hear my mom talking in the bathroom faintly, but I realized I could not move at all. I started desperately trying to move, trying to scream out for my mom. I started to cry. I was so panicked. Then suddenly, a few seconds later, I could hear someone talking right beside me.
Activate golden nightlight. Activate golden nightlight. Activate golden nightlight.
Oh, God. My bed head was against the wall, so it was impossible for someone to be behind me. They kept whispering, "You can't go anywhere," again and again and again, while progressively getting louder and louder. The voice chanted it about 4 times. Then all of a sudden, you scared the fucking piss out of me, Mom. You're gonna do that and scare the shit out of me?
I read ahead. Okay, carry on.
Don't fucking read. No, I see it. Oh my God. Shit. The voice chanted it about 4 times. Then all of a sudden, there was an old man bent over the side on my bed and staring me in the face. His face was only centimeters away from mine.
I'm sick. I'm so sick.
He screamed in their face, "You can't go anywhere," then disappeared. And suddenly, I can move and talk again like everything was normal.
Okay.
I sat up in
Sounds like I
bed
can grab
terrified
this.
and tried to catch my breath. Eventually, I was able to tell my parents about what had happened to me, and they shared their stories. Although it doesn't sound like a horrifying sleep paralysis experience, I can't explain how my door would be opened on its own. Maybe it's just a crazy... No, this is not a crazy coincidence.
No, they were taunting all 3 of you.
Weeks later, my mom had been chatting to one of our neighbors, and we were told that it was an older couple who lived in the apartment before us and were there for decades. Unfortunately, the husband had passed away a few years back, and the wife lived on her own for a while until she moved in with her children. The husband, however, had indeed passed away in my room. It was like straight out of a horror movie.
The Conjuring.
We did end up moving out of that apartment a few months later, but I have continued to have strange things happen around me. Even after moving out of the home, Greg certainly followed me. I also don't believe this experience was Greg at all, but I do know that almost every experience I've had since, mostly good and not at all scary, has certainly been Greg. He even joined us on our international vacation last year.
Oh, Greg going prestige worldwide.
Yeah, he is worldwide, man. I do have a lot more stories of spooky ghost happenings, including the time when my mother went on a ghost tour of an old quarantine station and brought back a ghost called Sam, who would always leave our front door open as he came and went from the house.
Have some respect for the utility bill,
Shut the fucking
Sam.
door, Sam. And we're in Australia. There's fucking huge spiders.
Oh, I saw a video today.
Me too, the big one behind. I was like, I don't know. I think I ever want to go there,
I
actually.
feel like it looks so fake.
It literally does not look real. It looks like something from a horror movie.
I think it looks like Harry Potter.
Yeah. Jesus Christ, Sam's just letting all this fucking, what are those called? Horse spiders or something crazy like that?
I saw, the blonde girl talking today in the back.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't. Sam, who always left the door. Okay, here we go. Also, plenty of sleep paralysis stories where I was surrounded by mangled skeletons with really long fingers, and when it sounded like two people had broken into my house.
Need that stuff.
Let me know if you want to hear more of these stories. 100%. Otherwise, thank you for reading my story. I hope your days are filled with energy that is the complete opposite of whatever the hell this was. Anonymous.
Anonymous, let me tell you something.
Activate golden nightlight.
You need to activate the golden nightlight every night before bed.
Right.
Sam coming in and out of the house, I don't think so.
Greg, that was fucking not sleep paralysis that you were, because it happened to everyone. That was like a poltergeist. Like, you literally, a poltergeist
That's something
happened.
Seriously out of a horror movie.
Yeah, that's something
something out of The Conjuring.
Like ghost hunters like record, and like someone in 30 years from now covers your case. Like, that's what happens. What if that ends up being like what happens, since there's like, we don't really report things like that. We report them to like podcasters now. So like in 20 years from now, are we going to get reached out to by like
this address and
a
this
ghost adventure?
And
I'd be like, actually, no, we own all the rights. Sorry to all of our listeners.
Actually, they're anonymous.
They're anonymous, so no.
And so no.
And because
you can't
of
have
that,
their contact information.
No way.
But we can. So can you give us the information that you have?
Because we will be contacting them, and we will be
filming a whole movie.
This will be our pilot. Thank you. Thank you so much. These are our listeners that came to us.
That is so good, so scary.
Oh my God,
Thank you so
Anonymous.
much. Sorry I ruined the high point.
No.
I read ahead and I shouldn't have, but it scared me.
I think you made the high point even better.
No,
because
it scared me.
It scared the fuck out of me.
I didn't need to read the next sentence ahead.
Also, yes, please, I'm going to say it again. Please send in your other stories.
We're begging.
We're literally begging. Thank you, Anonymous.
Whew, okay. The next one we have, it's from Lindsay, she, her pronouns, and it's titled The Kamakaki Man.
Kamakaki?
The Kamakaki Man, please read.
Okay.
Hi, girls. My name is Lindsay. I'm a longtime listener, first time submitter. Okay, so you're the one we're talking about.
Yes.
I go by she, her. I live in Mesa, Arizona. I live in a duplex, and my older sister lives in the unit that is connected to mine.
I mean, fun.
Love
That is so nice.
I'm not good at writing, and I might not make sense sometimes because my mind goes off in tangents.
Hey.
Oh, well. Anyways, here's my story about my haunted apartment. I hope you read this, especially on a free episode because I don't have Patreon right now. I moved into this apartment in April. It used to be my older brother's, but when he left and moved to Nashville, Tennessee just recently, slay, I took over his lease. It's not huge, but it's mine. I live here alone, just me and my 3 dogs, Benny, Bandit, and Rudy.
Aww.
I'm just cackling because I've seen the pictures. I have AC throughout the unit. Duh, it's Arizona. But my actual AC with the vents and stuff doesn't work. So I have a separate one that's powered by an outlet. So my actual AC is never running. Okay, they need to fix that.
Yeah.
Whoever owns it.
Like what?
You're in Arizona.
You're in Arizona.
And you're going off of power cord AC units.
Right. Like what happens if you don't have an extender and you have to unplug it for a second?
Right.
Like what the fuck? What if you blow a fuse and you need to wait for someone to come out there?
We'll fight with you.
Yeah, immediately. We're your
We'll
lawyers.
fight for you.
That's our slogan that you'll see on our billboards.
We'll fight for you. I also want to add one day, activate the golden light. We'll fight for you. I also want to add one day when I first moved in, I had gotten home one night and there was a Ouija board just sitting on my porch.
Fuck no.
It was unopened, plastic, still on. I kept it. It's in my living room currently, but I never opened it.
Okay.
At first, it was quiet, but the silence didn't feel right. It felt like I was always being watched, like the walls were breathing and the darkness was more than just the lack of lights being on. The first night I noticed him, it was around 1:30 in the morning. I was lying in bed scrolling TikTok and IG as I usually do, and I heard footsteps in the living room. Heavy, creaky steps, like someone walking barefoot across the tile. I assumed it was one of the dogs until I realized all 3 of them were already in my room.
Oh, fuck no.
Rudy sleeps under my bed, and Benny and Bandit snuggle with me. They were sitting up, alert, all staring at... I'm sorry, I'm cackling because the picture of your dog is just killing me.
I'm not killing the picture right
now. No, you can't yet. You can't
Okay.
Rudy sleeps under my bed, and Benny and Bandit snuggle with me. They were sitting up, alert, all staring at the open bedroom door. Benny was growling, which is normal for him since he likes to be my ferocious guard dog. But Bandit had his ears flat, and he was visibly scared. Rudy was still asleep under the bed.
Okay.
I couldn't bring myself to go... I'm sorry. So funny. I couldn't bring myself to go look out there. I have a pet camera for my living room, but when I go to the live stream of it, it plays a noise on the actual camera. So I didn't want whoever or whatever was out there to know that I was awake and aware something was going on.
Right.
I eventually fell asleep after staring at my bedroom door for a few minutes. That was the first time I heard the Kamakaki man. My older brother, Tyler, tried to scare me before I moved in. He would say things like, he lives in the vents. And when I would ask who, he wouldn't answer. I figured that's just an older brother thing to say to your sister that's going to be living alone. LOL. I eventually got him to tell me what he was talking about, and he told me it was the Kamakaki man or Kamakaki man. I don't know where the name came from. He's always coming up with the craziest stories, so I brushed it off at first. My apartment is a little dingy, a fixer-upper. All the vents in the rooms don't have covers, so it's just a big hole in the ceiling. I need to get those covered up. Haha. My friends and I like to go driving our cars in the canyon at night, so I often get home later on around midnight, 2 a.m. I only ever hear the Kamakaki man at night. He never moves during the day, but after midnight, he walks around the living room and clatters through the kitchen. And my dogs, they won't go in the living room once I'm in bed anymore. Rudy used to nap in the dog bed I have in the living room by the window, but now he won't leave my side once I'm in my bedroom, which is odd for him because I recently got him as a rescue and he likes to be alone and sleep by himself. Bandit is one of those dogs that gets so happy whenever anyone comes over, but it's different when it's not someone. He will cling to me and quietly growl, something I rarely ever hear him do. The worst part? My sister saw him. She was getting home one night from hanging with our friends, and it was around 2:45 in the morning. She was pulling into the driveway, and she saw who she thought was my ex, but it wasn't him. She said when they made eye contact, he darted into my apartment, and when she went inside to check, it was only me inside, asleep in the bed. I still hear things every night. The footsteps in the living room, subtle movements in the vents, knocking on the walls and the windows. I've learned how to tune it out, but I feel like it's getting worse each time. Activate the golden nightlight.
Yep.
So yeah, there's my story. I live alone, but the Kamakaki man lives here too, in the vents. I hope you read this. I'm not good at writing, so I apologize for any weird sentences or thoughts. I'll add some pics of my dogs for their cuteness. If you read this, thank you, girls. Thanks for getting me through the days with your laughter. Love you guys. Benny is the dachshund, Bandit is the Chihuahua dachshund, and Rudy is the Chihuahua. I know that's a bad pic of Rudy, but it makes me laugh, so I sent that one. Lindsay.
Okay.
Lindsay, I'm going to tell you right now, Rudy is the Kamakaki man. Okay, this picture is so fucking funny. It's Rudy. Rudy's under the bed. No,
that's who he is.
You think Rudy's under the bed sleeping? Rudy is in there.
Rudy is. He's like just the talking mongoose is what Rudy is.
Into the Kamakaki man.
What the? I don't know if you guys can see it. I don't want to show you the whole thing.
It's so funny.
I'm holding it up on YouTube.
No, I'm gonna email you back.
Yes,
Lindsay, and
we
get permission
have to post this.
Because
that is so funny.
It is so funny. And your other babies they're all cute.
They're all so cute.
But that picture of Rudy, I was cackling the whole story because I knew it was coming up. And I knew I wanted to blame this all on Rudy.
This motherfucker.
Because he looks rotten.
He is. And I know he is.
He is. Look at the drool.
I see the drool coming down. And he's like looking through like Darth Vader.
Like macho man in there.
He's so cute.
Okay, but also
so cute.
On a real note, your brother did you dirty. But
what the fuck is your brother doing?
So does your sister not also experience him at night? I'm curious, since you guys share a wall, since it's a condo.
Yeah,
or duplex.
Well, she did say that her sister has
saw him, but she was pulling in.
Right, so it wasn't even like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and does your sister have vents too? Baby, you got to get on that landlord.
Like what? And it seems like it's been happening for a long time.
Yeah. And your brother's like, yeah, you can take over the lease. Also, the Komakaki man.
Oh, like, okay. Like, I wouldn't even believe my brother if he
me
said
neither.
it.
I would have been like, I know what you mean. I would have been like, yeah, okay, good one.
Yeah, like,
You
okay.
know?
Like, you're just
Like,
trying to piss me off.
I just actually got Rudy. He's going to protect me.
Like, wait, what do you mean?
Why isn't this man scared of that dog?
Honestly, what's his name? Rudy? Rudy is straight up activate golden nightlight. Like, that's what he is in this picture. Like, if we made the white light behind him be gold.
Underdog.
He is actually grandma golden nightlight. Rudy is her sidekick.
Yeah.
100% with Truffle the cat.
Yeah.
100%.
It's Mumu or Momu and Rudy side by side to the end of time.
To the end of time.
Those are our now guardian angels.
Yes. We're going to get a mural painted on the ceiling above us to keep watching over us.
I'm sorry, the picture, I cackled. I didn't even read your story when I selected it. I was like, yeah, I'll take him. I know I'm going to blame everything on this dog.
Funny.
So I'm going to do this one.
He's like a little fucking shithead.
Oh, it's so good.
He's so cute. Thanks so much for sending that in, Lindsay.
Thank you, Lindsay.
The next one we have is from Erin using she, her pronouns. And the title is Creepy Account Sent a Sleep Demon to Me. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Erin, you're shitting me. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
You're shitting me. Hi, my name is Erin, she, her, and I found your podcast a few years ago. Yes, I listened starting at episode 1. Stop hating on your early episodes. I thought they were hilarious and obviously didn't scare me away. Well, thank you. Thank you for that, Erin, even though you are grounded for starting with episode 1. Anyway, I'm trying to type this out at work on my phone, so sorry if it ends up being chaotic and long. I am currently listening to a new episode and you are begging for creepy accounts, so I figured it's time to send this in. Yes, 100%, Erin. Your creepy account about sleep paralysis demon sent it to me. It tried to get me in my sleep.
I hate this for you.
I hate that we've done
sorry.
this. I'm so sorry.
It's because you live in close proximity that we're about to find out.
Really? Here. Okay. Yeah, you're just too close to home base. Is honest to God
too
what
close
it was.
to the studio.
You like got the radio waves like so fat. Like it honestly, it's like radioactive poisoning or whatever the fuck. Okay, after this, I have never listened to a creepy account episode in my house. Save those for work only. I live in Fountain City in North Knoxville, and literally our next door neighbor. And I had always felt like there was a nice ghosty hanging out in our basement and laundry room. You got one of those too? Mm-hmm. We know all about it.
Yep.
Not always, but sometimes when I was down there, you could just feel him, never threatening or anything. I would just think, hey, and move on. And this is why I don't think it was him. I was in the middle of binging your podcast and a creepy account about sleep paralysis was playing. This was in the middle of the day and it was creepy as shit. I remember it being something about someone's dream and a creepy hag lady was chasing them alongside their car in a dream. OMG, even I know exactly which one.
I hate this.
OMG, even typing this, I am getting nervous again. LOL. I'm getting nervous. I'm fucking scared.
And we're reading
Golden Nightlight.
Activate it right now.
Like
Erin, we're not playing.
We're doing a lighthouse across all of Knoxville right now. Like protect you. Like that is what Golden Nightlight is doing right now. I wanted to go back and see which episode it was, but I will never listen to that again. Back to it. I was doing house things like laundry, dishes, etc. while listening to you lovely ladies, and I started thinking, a nap would be great right now while listening to a sleep demon story. Not a great idea.
No.
I am not opposed to napping, but never in bed. Naps happen on the couch. Yeah, I agree. At this moment, it was like I was being pulled to my bed. I laid down, headphones still playing sleep demon stories, and my eyes were getting so heavy. But I knew in the back of my mind, I could not fall asleep listening to that shit. I don't know how long I laid there absolutely fighting to stay awake, but I remember that feeling so vividly. Like my eyelids were being pushed down. I could hear one of you talking about someone's sleep paralysis demon, watching them from the dark top corner of their room.
I'm sorry. I just emailed Lindsay, right? I signed it off.
What?
XOXO. Moth. Moth. XOXO moth. I'm cackling. The signature.
Moth.
Oh my God. I'm so sorry.
Lindsay. And look, Lindsay responded so quick to Moth. Who the fuck Moth is.
What's so funny is Kate was texting me last week and she also called me Moth.
Okay,
I was
so
like,
now
hey Kate. She's like, hey Moth. And I don't know if it's a new autocorrect that Apple's doing.
Yeah,
Morg. They don't
but
like
why
that.
is Morg turned to Moth?
I don't know. That's so funny.
That's honestly hilarious. Okay, so I could hear one of you talking about someone's sleep paralysis demon watching them from the dark top corner of their room, and I swear that thing was in the room with me. I'm so sorry. This is traumatic. Like, I would never be able to listen to my voice ever again.
No.
I apologize profusely. I'm so sorry. I swear that thing was in the room with me, watching me, encouraging me to fall asleep while listening to someone's experience being terrified by it. It was just hanging out in the dark of the corner. Don't worry, my domestic housewife ass sat straight up because I had the thought the laundry is done. Ha! Somehow, that thought was able to cut through the sleep fog and get me upright. I shut off your podcast so fast. I was so freaked out because I am 100% sure that if I had fallen asleep in that moment, that creature would have stayed with me. Luckily, I have never experienced sleep paralysis or have had any dreams about that thing, but I tried to not even think about it honestly. Scared the shit out of me. Somewhere there is a half-finished creepy account episode. Sorry, ladies, I will never finish that one.
Oh, so you're the reason we're at the 40% mark.
Yeah,
on
got
that
you. So
app.
you couldn't even get to 74% so that we could get the full listen. Got it.
We're just kidding.
Oh no, now Lindsay's gonna be calling you Moth for here on out. Shit. A few days later, my friendly house ghost started acting up, causing me to run around the house like an absolute lunatic, opening windows and getting my dogs outside because I thought the demon was back. But that's a story for a different... Fuck! I wanted to know what it was. But that's a story for a different day. Don't have to read this part while recording. Thank you so much if you end up reading this. Love you girls, and I hope whatever drama you're... Yes. Yep.
Resolved,
It is
actually.
completely resolved at this point. Thank you so much. I hate that you guys were dealing with some drama. 100%. You can tell you ladies work hard, so I am sure that you will land on top. Stay spooky, Aaron.
Oh, that's
we love you
sweet,
so much, Aaron. I'm sorry that we nearly absolutely ruined a
Destroyed
fucking
your
nap
life.
for you. This is kind of weird. It's like I just wanted to say this, and I was going to say this before we even got to the point where you talked about your laundry room ghost. I feel like your laundry room ghost was like, oh fuck no, like get the fuck up, the laundry's done, because he stays by the laundry machine.
Yeah.
And I feel like for some reason he pulled you out of it for whatever reason.
So he must be nice.
So he was acting up because he was like, get this
You need
fucking demon out of
babe,
here.
You're so close to Susan. Home
Wait,
visit.
You're literally neighbors.
Get that shit cleansed.
Get that shit cleansed.
Easy peasy.
Easy peasy.
Easy
Call
peasy.
Susan. 100% call Susan and
Use
use
the code.
CANCERBESTIES to get your special discount. Thanks so much, Aaron.
Thank you, Aaron. I'm cackling at moths. So.
That's so funny, Moth.
Okay, the next one we have is from Noah. Title is Creepy Account Caused by Some Crimey. Hey bitches, my name is Noah. Use my name or don't.
Okay.
I did. So I
Hey,
used to
Noah.
work for a local group of restaurants, bars here in Knoxville, 2 of which are quite haunted. The first place was definitely more haunted than the second, but there were so many occurrences. We always felt like someone was there walking around, even if there was nobody else in the building, things flying off the walls, etc. Well, we did a little research and found out that before the building was turned into a restaurant, it was previously a nightclub. Weird for the area it's in, but a nightclub nonetheless. After a little digging, we found out that the nightclub was busted for human trafficking.
Oh, fuck.
Okay, next time, Knoxville Besties, give us the names. We won't read them out loud
We
if you don't
won't
want
read
us
them
to.
out
Just be
loud.
like,
So I can get a good Google in.
that way we could
Yeah.
get a little,
Because I know I know where we're at.
give me a little lore here.
Yeah, I need the full
That way,
detailed
next
lore.
time my husband's like, hey, you want to go to the
Blah, blah,
so-and-so?
blah.
I'm going to be like, no.
It was actually known for human trafficking, and there's ghosts there. And
I don't support any of that.
And we're not going to be a part in paying money to that. No, ma'am.
Okay. After talking with some people in the area and regulars at the bar, we learned that there were secret rooms and passageways, one of which was a false wall behind the bar, which led to a tunnel that went under the road and came out in the backyard of the house across the street.
Oh, shit.
So that being said, some crazy shit happened in that building. I personally feel like there were more than one spirit in there. One was kind of creepy guy. You could see him in the corner of your eye walking through the dining room. And he kind of might have been a perv because women would often say they felt uncomfortable in the bathroom, but specifically in this one particular bathroom stall. We figured out after some time that these things seemed to calm down if we left the caps off of the house tequila and vodka. So he was a drunk.
Okay.
Well, one night, shortly before I moved to a different location within the same company, I was the closing manager and the bartender got done a long time before I did. She did not leave the caps off of the tequila and vodka, and I still had to mop the dining room. About halfway through the mopping, there was a room to the side with 4 glass French doors. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
That were closed and latch. These damn doors flew open all at once. I immediately dropped that fucking mop, walked out the back door, lights still on, and took my happy ass home.
Yep.
About a week later, I was no longer working there and I moved on to the next bar. At the next bar, it was haunted, but nothing crazy, just things falling a lot. I didn't exactly look into anything with that bar because I really just didn't want to know at this point.
Right.
Who owns that string of those restaurant
We know.
bars? Oh,
We know.
you do?
Mm-hmm.
There was one day specifically where I came into work to open the bar and there was a bottle of tequila lying on the ground. Obviously, my first reaction was, who the fuck closed last night?
Yeah, 100%.
Period. So I go on the cameras and pull up the footage behind the bar. Somewhere in the 3 o'clock hour in the morning, that bottle of tequila, which was touching 2 other bottles, flew off the top shelf, hit the tile floor, and didn't shatter.
Shut the fuck up.
I know it's probably going to be like it was just on the edge and tipped off. Not a chance, bitch. So that wasn't the most crazy, but I did attach the video camera footage of the incident. Thanks for listening and ignore my lackluster writing. Noah. Okay.
Okay.
So I texted Noah because Noah did not attach a video like he said he did. And we know Noah.
Yes.
So I texted Noah and he sent me the video. I was like, do you care if we post this? And he was like, yeah, don't mention the name, but there's no one in the video, so all's good. And so I'm watching it and I'm going really slow and I'm like, do you not see the man in the top left corner?
What?
And he's like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I screenshotted both instances right before this bottle flies off. And we'll attach those pictures too next to the video. Right before these bottles fly off, this shadow of a man goes right across like 0.1 second. It's like doom in the window and then boom, tequila bottle goes flying.
Let me send it to me.
Okay. So let me send you the video.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
And he was like, what the fuck? No, I've never noticed that ever.
I've literally seen this video before, like one night, like
okay.
at a
And then the
bar.
first picture I'm sending you is the spot I want you to look in.
Okay.
And it's like no one there. And the next one is the shadow.
Okay. I'm watching.
So either someone was in that back room, but it's a weird coincidence that happened at the same exact time
You're
the
right.
bottle goes off.
Wait, what's even crazier is,
You think you see 2?
yeah.
I think I see 2 too. It's like that guy splits and then the bottle goes flying. But like there's something right behind the bottle in the top right too.
Morgan, that shadow is the fucking bottle levitating.
You think?
Yes. Watch right before it comes up out of the dark. It levitates and it goes down the line, because I thought it was 2 different shadows.
Okay, wait.
It like materializes above itself. It doesn't get picked up. It materializes.
It's hard to see where the bottle's coming from.
Okay, right below where the shadow is. It's the shadow. That's the tequila bottle.
Dude, that looks like a person.
It does. It looks like a person. But what you can see too also is like in the reflection of the sink behind it, it's like blocked. The lighting changes. Like there's someone standing in front of the light. What's also fucking crazy is the fact that the bottle's not like shattered.
Yeah. I mean, that's high. That's like the top shelf. That's top shelf tequila.
That is.
That's like your Azul.
I can't tell if that's someone walking by or if it's the thing fucking levitating, but the direct, like where you see the bottle fly from is the same place that shadow is.
Yeah, it's weird.
The ghost mustered up the energy to pick it up and then was like, fuck. Like,
yeah, no,
dropped
to
it.
me it looks like that's a spirit behind it. Because
It
like
does.
who moves that quick? In
No,
the middle of the
right.
night, back there, that's a closed off room. We've been there.
Yes, we know that's closed off. That is fucking creepy as hell. Noah, thank you.
Thank
love
you, Noah.
this. I cannot wait to post
footage
it.
and proof.
This is so good. I love it. God, I want those fucking frozen drinks right now.
I know.
That looks really good. Thanks so much to everyone that sent in their creepy
It's
accounts.
so good. Such a good episode.
Such a good episode.
I'm
Keep
so
sending them
excited.
in. Let's have a competition. Who can wow us the most with their writing? That'll get you guys
Who
to
can
send
write
them
us
in.
the scariest creepy account ever?
They're like, bitches, it's fucking July. We're trying to hold off until
know.
spooky season. Look, I'm thinking, I have a feeling with just like the way that, it kind of feels like CERN, like something's up spiritually.
See, I think it's actually your Saturn return, which is actually what my mini is about today. So you'll learn about that and you'll be like, oh, that actually tracks.
That actually tracks. Okay, well, I will say though, like, I just feel like energy's up. You know what I mean? Like, every person I've talked to is like, I've had the craziest last 2 weeks of fucking work, like in just the craziest ways. I'm like, oh my God, yeah, definitely.
I mean, the world's literally on fire.
The world is dead ass on fire.
Like, it tracks.
Love.
Everyone's in their Saturn return. If you want to hear more about that, join our Patreon.
Join our Patreon, patreon.com/creeps and crimes. If you have a creepy account that you want to send in on your own, like we said, Reddit or creepsandcrimes.ca@gmail.com. Just tell us if we can use your name, what your name is, if there's a certain way that you'd like us to pronounce it, like how we called Callie.
It's
Callie for so long. Just give us a heads
I know
up.
we got Momu off.
I know.
Way wrong.
And don't forget to activate your gold. And it's my golden year, and we got the golden nightlight for my golden birthday.
It's perfect. Oh. Thanks, Momu.
Yeah, 27 is about the golden nightlight.
Period.
Thank
you guys so much. It was such a good episode.
Yeah,
and you guys really were holding
everyone for my birthday week. I had a really fun time, and it was a really fun time. I feel really loved and really celebrated. And it's not even my fucking birthday yet. Like, it's literally not even my birthday. It's Monday, the week of my birthday.
You had me drinking 2 drinks.
I know. And
That's
I'm
my birthday
kind of
gift to
shaky
her.
on it, to be quite honest.
Not the Malibu rum. No, it was making me burp.
Yeah,
for sure. But I would drink another.
No, and maybe we should for many.
Maybe for many.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, guys, love you so much, and we'll talk to you soon. We're going over to Minnie right now, so
love you. Bye.
We'll talk to you next week when I'm officially 27, bitch.
Period.
Love you.
Queen.
Bye.